Hello, hi, salam, or namaste. Welcome to MQM 24/7. News has come in from Delhi. The government has brought in three big bills to finally implement the Women's Reservation Act. They say this is a historic moment for the Nari Shakti, the power of women. But the parliament is shouting. Opposition is calling it anti-constitutional. If you are a common Indian citizen, you are probably confused. You want to know, is this really good for our daughters? Or is there a trap hidden inside it? First and foremost, the Women's Reservation Bill is not a new gift. The Women's Reservation Bill has been stuck for nearly 30 years. This bill was first introduced in 1996. Then it kept getting lapsed. In 2023, this was passed as a law, but with a delay clause. They said it will happen later, after a census and delimitation. And now in April 2026, the government has woken up. Well, why the rush now? The government says we want to implement it by the 2029 election. But here is where it gets tricky. Everyone says they support women, but everyone is fighting. There are three major allegations against this women's reservation bill right now. First, the Sansad Pati fear. What is the Sansad Pati fear? It's proxy husbands. Experience in village councils, which is basically panchayats, shows that it's often the husband who sits in the chair while the wife simply wears the crown. Opposition says this bill will create Sansad Patis, husbands who actually run the parliament. On the other hand, the government says at least getting women inside the house is the first step to empowerment. The Bindi lipstick attack. Is it only for elites? Old statements from leaders like Mulayam Singh Yadav are resurfacing. They said this bill only helps the urban elite women who wear makeup, not the poor, real, on-ground rural women. Opposition wants a quota within quota. Reservation for OBC women inside this bill. The third and last allegation is the North versus South war. To implement this bill, the government wants to increase Lok Sabha seats from the current 543 to 850 seats. Now, this is where we need to understand one word: delimitation. Think of delimitation like this. Every 10 years, the government counts how many people live in each area. Then they redraw the boundaries of a constituency. If an area has more people, it gets more seats in the parliament. If an area controls its population, it gets fewer seats in the parliament. Simple. Then why the fight? Well, southern states like Tamil Nadu, like Karnataka, controlled their population growth. On the other hand, northern states like UP and Bihar have more population now. So automatically, as per delimitation, southern states get lesser representation in the parliament. Northern states get more representation in the parliament. So the opposition says we will lose power and North will end up essentially ruling the parliament. Now, let's put aside the political drama around this. What is the actual use of the Women's Reservation Bill for you? Well, talking about the pros, numbers do force change. Right now, only about 15% of our MPs, members of parliament, are women. When you force 33%, political parties will find it hard to ignore strong political women leaders and women candidates. Second pro, different priorities. Studies have consistently shown that women in power focus more on water, sanitation, health, and education issues that affect you directly in your daily life. Pro number third, breaking the glass ceiling. Even if some political families do benefit from this bill, it opens the door for other women, female candidates to say that if she can, I can. So, what is the final verdict as a resident of India? Well, the Women's Reservation Bill is definitely a good move for women, but the strings attached are quite dangerous. The problem is that the government is mixing the women's rights with delimitation, which is basically redrawing India's map based on population. Like I've earlier mentioned, the northern states which refuse to control their population now end up getting higher representation in the parliament. The southern states which control their population now get lesser representation in the parliament. So, is there a solution to this entire issue? Well, at MQM 24/7, we present to you some pros, some solutions. Separate the issue. Implement the 33% reservation for women right now in the existing 543 seats. Do not wait to increase seats to 850. Do not tie women's reservation bill to delimitation. OBC quota, a sub-quota for OBC women is necessary to ensure poor and backward class women are not left out. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay tuned in to MQM 24/7 as we get you a lot more explainer videos on ongoing current affairs and political commentaries.